Dame Vivienne Westwood's life and legacy has been celebrated in a touching memorial service at Southwark Cathedral in London today. A-list celebrities from the music, fashion and acting industries all came together to celebrate the godmother of punk in style. Victoria Beckham, Kate Moss, Stormzy, Helena Bonham Carter, Paloma Faith, Jonathan Ross and many, many more all wore their best Vivienne-inspired looks, some of which were created by the designer, to attend the service and memorialize the icon. Stars and fashion industry favorites ascended onto the steps of the cathedral and were snapped as they each made their stylish entrances, with many wearing tributes to the late fashion designer and activist. As the attendees found their seats, the Arnfield Brass Orchestra performed before Reverend Andrew Nunn, Dean of Southwark, gave an address to begin the service. Each guest was given an order of service, which had a photograph of Westwood on the front, styled with swirly red eyeliner and punk jewelry, with the words "Save the World" emblazoned across the top. Vivienne's widower Andreas Kronthiller, who is also a designer and creative director for Vivienne Westwood's fashion brand, then gave a speech to mourners to pay tribute to his beloved late wife, who died age 81. A rendition of How Beautiful Are the Feet was performed by Marie Ladurner and Ian Keeley, who is the director of music at the Cathedral in London Bridge. Agent Provocateur co-founder and activist Joseph Corey then took to the pulpit to say a few words about his beloved mother Vivienne, who was also a fellow activist who supported hundreds of causes in her lifetime. Next up, Vivienne's brother Gordon Swire gave a eulogy, which was touchingly titled, "My Sister Vivienne on the Order of Service." Actress Helena Bonham Carter, who wore a Vivienne Westwood creation to the service, gave a eulogy before Nick Cave performed his song Into My Arms for mourners and the fashion icon. Vivienne's son Ben Westwood also contributed to the service as he read a poem, entitled Winter, by William Shakespeare. The world-famous designer's creations were remembered in the styles attendees wore to the service, while her activism was remembered in a speech by environmentalist John Savin. Christine Hine then took to the front of the cathedral to play a rendition of Buddy Holly's track Raining in My Heart before model and Vivienne's granddaughter Cora Corey gave the closing speech. The star-studded service follows the private funeral which took place to lay Vivienne to rest. Vivienne, who was 81 when she died, was celebrated in an intimate service in her hometown of Tintwistle, Derbyshire, where the church was decorated with 45 meters of tartan cloth, which was one of her final requests. The forward-thinking fashion designer had told her closest friend, the British designer Jeff Banks, she wanted the church to be filled with Harris tweed, which she used in several of her collections. Mark Gregg and his wife Julie, of Harris Tweed Scotland, told of their journey to hand-deliver the fabric for Vivienne's private funeral service. They told the Herald they had received an email from Jeff Banks' PA, urgently asking them to fulfill Vivienne's final request. Mark said, Vivienne Westwood's last request was that she had a small, family funeral. It wasn't to be lavish, it wasn't to be put all over the press, it was for family only in a small, run-down church. She wanted the church to be spruced up in her favorite Harris tweed,